The boy doesn't even know when he proposed to me.
No, we got married in October, that's why I got mixed up.
What?
My bad. Anyway, so
This
now
whole video is about our engagement. He doesn't even know when he proposed.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Raji.
And it's Vidge.
So today what we're going to do is we're going to take you back and talk about our engagement.
Which is like, what now? 4 years ago.
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
2020.
So a lot's happened actually before and after the engagement and during the engagement. So there's lots to talk about and we just thought it would be nice to share it with you. So
I don't think I really remember anyway, so it would be good to hear from his perspective.
Yeah, so I guess at the start, when we were going out and stuff, obviously it had been a few years and
3 years.
Vidge over here gave me a deadline. She's like, you better propose before the end of, I think it was November, the year that I actually proposed. So she was like, yeah, make sure if you don't propose by November, then we're done.
November, because it was my birthday and I was turning, how old was I? 25? Yeah, 25. And I was thinking, boy, I've been in a 3-year relationship and I'm 25. And if this man don't give me a ring, what's he doing? I was like, I'm not here for it. I want to be married, like, within a year. Obviously, I didn't know that COVID was going to progress the way it did. I just thought that was going to be a minor thing, which I thought we all did. But, yeah, I mean, if you're a girl and you're watching this, you can relate, right? 25, come on, you need to be engaged now.
The reason why I was actually delaying it so much was I wanted to do it like, how I always dreamed of. So I wanted to do it in a hot air balloon.
Have you always actually dreamed of doing a proposal in a hot air balloon?
I actually wanted to do it.
Always?
Yeah.
You've never had another idea?
No.
That's so random.
Yeah, so because of COVID, they said that, the hot air balloon rides weren't going ahead. So I had to wait, and then literally I found out, I think it was in October.
No, you proposed to me in September.
Why was I October? In September.
The boy doesn't even know when he proposed to me.
No, we got married in October, that's why I got mixed up. So
what's our anniversary for engagement?
September.
What's the date?
20.
What?
Is it?
No.
What is it?
Wait, 7.
Okay.
Right.
No, I know wedding was October 16th.
Where you came 20th from?
I don't know, because I always put 20.
Yeah, because 20th of November is my birthday.
Yeah, and then August 16th was when I asked you out.
Okay.
Yeah, so the only day I forgot was September 7th. My bad. Anyway, so
this
now
whole video is about our engagement. He doesn't even know when he proposed.
So now we know that the date was September 7th. Anyways, there's a lot of things that happened before, during, and after that as well. So we'll talk about
how
all
I
of
knew
that.
I was getting proposed to, and how I drove to my own proposal.
She didn't know.
Yes, I did.
She didn't know. She thought. Well, she had an inkling, but she didn't know what we were doing.
No, I didn't have an inkling. I knew that I was getting proposed to on the day I got proposed to, but I thought it was going to be on a sunrise cruise.
Alright.
But it was on a hot air balloon. Okay. That's the only difference.
Well, okay, let's start from the very start as to why you might have thought we were getting engaged. So when I went to get the rings, Vidge had already done shopping and ring shopping, so I kind of had an idea about the rings that she wanted. So I went there, had a look. I really liked 2 rings and I was like, okay, I'm not sure which one, so let me go and ask my sister-in-law. And she went and asked Vidge, but that made it kind of obvious.
I mean, my sister was engaged, so she should have known how to go about it without being obvious. But my girl was like, I remember we were sitting on the sofa, we were watching TV, and she comes up to me and she goes, oh, Vidge, like, one of my friends are getting engaged. And, I don't, actually, to be honest, why would her friend have the, like, doesn't make any sense. Why did I not even clock that? Anyway, so she's like, my friend's getting engaged, she doesn't know what ring she wants. Also, that doesn't make any sense, but fair enough. And I'm like, okay, so I'm in my head, I'm thinking, so this girl's actually showing me the 2 rings that my fiancé-to-be is trying to figure out which one to buy for me. I was like, she's actually not serious. But no, she was serious. She was showing me the rings that he was choosing between. And I was like, what? But I ended up picking, obviously, this one. There was a nice cut as well, which is quite different. And now I feel like everyone's going for different rings that I'm thinking maybe I should have gone for a different ring. But this is still nice.
It's a nice ring.
Yeah, this is classic. Yeah. I'm not saying it's not nice, but I'm just saying that, maybe I can get another one in like 10 years.
Excuse me? Wait, she's already got 3 rings. She's got engagement ring, wedding band,
You
and
can't
now
count a wedding band.
she's got the eternity ring as well. How many more rings do you want, mate?
But you can't-
Your hands are going to be
I'm
too
trying
heavy.
to be like Lakshmi Jewelers. You can't count wedding band because you have a wedding band, and also we need a wedding
So
band
what if
to
I
get
got wedding
married.
band? That's the only ring I've got.
Yeah, but that's to get married, and yeah, and your ring is bloody expensive, mate. How about that?
Nowhere near as expensive as yours.
Anyway, so that's how I knew I was also getting proposed to. That kind of confirmed it for me.
And then
Actually, that was the start of it.
The second
Then
part
the second part-
was your outfit. So obviously,
Yeah.
I had asked for her sister and her mum and stuff to go with her.
And if you
shopping,
don't know about Raji,
shopping
he's
so she
very into his fashion.
so she can buy something.
Innit, babe?
A really nice outfit that she would like, and she'll be happy that she wore it.
And apparently this one was being very picky with the options that my sister and my mum were showing him because man's a little fashion blogger over here and is into his fashion. So they finally picked options. And, I don't know, like in a lot of families, like especially my family, we like to do like a little catwalk, showing all of our options when we like do shopping in general. So obviously this was going to be no different. I stuck on all the options and then I did a catwalk, and my mum and sister, when I put on this pink jumpsuit, they were like doing these freakishly weird smiles, like, oh my God, like, and I was looking at them like, you lot are bare obvious right now. And I didn't say anything, I just kept my cool. Also, that was obviously very obvious, but the main thing was my dad, right? This man didn't want to get a haircut. He had grown his beard out. He was trying to relive his golden days. And he was like, I want to see if I can grow a beard, which we know he could.
That was quite funny, actually.
It was gross. And it was COVID and lockdown. So we were like, you know what, you're not going anywhere, so do your thing. Anyway, as things started to open, we were like, okay, I think it's time that you went to the barbers and sorted it out. No,
Like,
categorically no. He didn't want to do it. No. Then the weekend we're going to Bath, my mum went and got a haircut. And he comes home and I went, did you get a haircut? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, Yeah, but everything like, I wonder why, mate. Do you want to make it any more obvious? And also, the weeds in the garden had started growing out. He didn't want to touch that for months. Same weekend, my man had cut the weeds. So obvious.
So the reason he was actually doing all this was, what I had planned was, one day before the proposal, we were going to Bath and we would do like sightseeing. We'll do some, whatever, like going to a restaurant, eat, whatever. And then the next day will be the proposal. And as an extra surprise, both of our families and our friends and stuff will come to Bath and we'll spend some time there in the park and stuff like that and basically celebrate. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we were actually planning to go back to her house and her parents' house and basically have a party there. So that's why he was doing all of this.
Yeah.
I
forgot to mention as well, Bath had been on my list for a while. So, like, Rajiban was actually quite a clever egg. He jumped on the back of that and made it seem like it was my idea. So I was like, okay, let's go to Bath. Back then we weren't allowed to travel, so together.
Little sly ones here and there.
Well, not shut up. My sister was the chaperone. So she actually used to come with us on holidays. Like we went to Mallorca for her 30th, and then Bath was one of the trips that we went on. We went to Florida together, all three of us, which was really good. So we've had some fun times. But anyway, so I was like, okay, cool. We're going to go to Bath. We're going to spend a night there. Then the next day we're going to sightsee. It's going to be a quick holiday. And I even booked the hotel myself, like looking into different things that we could do, booking like activities and things like that. So I was planning my own holiday proposal. Meanwhile, this guy was planning the proposal in Bath without me. Well, obviously I kind of knew, but without me knowing.
So I wasn't even like pushing it. I was like, obviously I wanted to do it in Bath because that's where the hot air balloon go from as well. And Bath is such a beautiful city. Yeah. So when she said, "Oh, I want to go to Bath and all this," like, I didn't really.
He was like, ding ding.
I was like, "Oh, I could use that now, can't I?" And then, so literally, like, she was, like, the one, like, oh, let's do it. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever, let's go with it. And then, like, so she had no clue from my side. Like, I didn't make anything bait at all.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, it just came
out. But my family made a bait.
But, so, one thing I forgot to actually mention is, so the reason why you had to drive to Bath.
Oh yeah, I was the driver.
She was the driver.
3 hours.
For 3 hours. Because I literally had a footballing accident and I broke my ankle. So I was literally on crutches like 2-3 days
This is what happens when you try to marry a wannabe Ronaldo.
And literally, like, everyone was panicking. Like, I was talking to, like, her best mate, Shivani, my sister-in-law, everyone, like, my family. They were like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Like, I didn't even think I could even bend down and kneel down on one knee. So I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? And then, like, literally, I don't even know how. It was like some miracle. Like, I was doing a 3-day water fast as well, just to, like, lose some weight and stuff like that. And somehow, like, my ankles had healed up and I was actually able to walk, and I was able to even, like, bring my leg around the basket and everything and get on, kneel down, do all of that. And I was like, wow, this is like, I don't know, it's just meant to be or something. I have no clue. Anyway, so...
It's so funny though, when he kneeled down on one knee in the basket, I went, can you get down on one knee? Are you sure? Like, as he's proposing, because I was like, how are you going to get down on one knee? You literally on crutches. Like, I literally saw you.
So, so obviously, like, you know, we went to Bath. She drove. We actually went to this really nice restaurant.
Giggling Squid.
We did like the, you know, the Roman baths and
Bath Abbey.
Yeah, so we went there, visited all of that. Went to Giggling Squid, and that is actually when I got a call from the guy who's organising the hot air balloon ride, saying we're good to go. So the weather conditions are fine, and you know, we can actually do it. Because until then, he literally scared me. He was like, the weather's looking really bad. I don't know if we can do it. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, God, like, what if we can't do it? But I was like, you know, we still have to go and we still have to try. And I had a backup plan, which is obviously not as good, but it was basically... What was your
backup plan?
It was basically, there was a bridge in the park that we went to afterwards. So we were going to go there and propose on the bridge.
Okay.
It would have still been nice because it's in Bath.
Yeah,
and it's like a really nice bridge.
But obviously not what you've envisioned for years.
So I was like, yes, thank God. And then literally hung up, then we like finished eating, whatever, went back to the hotel, and I told her, like, obviously we've got this sunrise cruise, so it was actually a sunrise hot air balloon, but I told her it's a sunrise cruise.
I was pissed. I was like, I've come on holiday, right? I mean, I know it's still in England.
It's still in the UK, can't
No, I know, but it's a holiday, isn't it? And I was thinking, okay, he knows I love my sleep, and then he's forcing me to wake up at 5 a.m. Obviously, I know I'm going to have my hair, makeup done, because I'm thinking he's going to propose to me, which he did, but I'm thinking he's going to propose to me on a cruise, first of all. We both got seasickness. It made zero sense. And I was like, why is he torturing me, like, on this day? Anyway, we're waking up. My sister pretends, oh, I'm too tired to come. And I was like, yeah, but I knew that was coming, love. Because you're not obviously going to be standing on the cruise when I'm getting proposed to, which could have been, but I was like, nah, mate, this ain't happening. So I drive to my proposal, and we get to a park, and he just like flies out the car, and I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, oh, I need to figure out parking. I'm like, I'm sorry, this man said sunrise cruise. Why are we in a park? And he was like, yeah, the dock's down there. I'm fully believing it. I'm like, yeah, okay. Because he said sunrise cruise, and I'm thinking I'm getting proposed to on a boat. Like, yeah, that's definitely happening. And then he's like, yeah, you can park here. We get out the car. We're walking up to the field bit. And I seen this hot air balloon on the damn floor. And I was like,
what's happening?
I was like, I looked at him straight away and I went, we're not going on that, are we? And he went, surprise!
Yes,
and I was like, oh my God.
So yeah, so literally, like, you know, we got there and I was like, well, excited, everything was fine, and like, even, you know, had everything planned as well for after the hot air balloon ride. So like, Shivani, her best mate, her and Marvin were bringing the cake. Her parents were bringing like tables, chairs, food, like all our friends were bringing drinks and things like that, just so we can celebrate afterwards as well at the park in Bath.
Which is really nice.
So literally, like, we got on the hot air balloon, and obviously she had no idea like anything was happening after the hot air balloon ride as well.
Yeah, I knew that, okay, he's going to propose to me. I was literally standing in that balloon being like, right, when is he proposing? When is he proposing? When is he proposing? Because like the ride was going on for ages, and we're both scared of heights. Yeah. So we're both staring at this balloon, and I'm like, I'm actually like going to wet myself from how high we are.
So basically, the guy was with us. So it was a private hot air balloon. So it's just me, Vij, and the the pilot. Yeah, I think it's called pilot. So the pilot was like, basically, you have to wait until I tell you, because obviously it's a bit shaky and stuff, and I'm going to tell you when it's like a steady kind of place.
Yeah.
And the views were amazing. Like we were looking at the views, it was so beautiful. Such a like nice day. It was
there
very
was like
sunny.
this nice fog that came in as well, which made it look so amazing. Beautiful.
And we were like proper dressed up. Everything was nice.
Yeah. I wore heels and a hot air balloon.
And then
can we deep that?
and then he tapped. The pilot tapped me on my shoulder. It's like, hey, gone. And I was like, oh shit, like this is it now. And then And
then wait, the funniest thing happened. Well, I laugh now. I'm sad about it, but I still laugh. There was a video camera guy, right? And he goes, oh, I'm shooting for an advert or whatever nonsense he said. I already knew, right, you're filming the proposal, right? You should have just told me that, mate. I knew that. So he stuck it onto the hot air balloon. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking at the camera the entire time because I'm like, right, he's going to propose to me soon. Just as he's about to propose, my man switches me. He switches me. So now the entire proposal, my back is to the camera. And when I say he's proposing to me, and in my head I'm thinking, how do I tell this man that I'm not facing the camera? I don't want to ruin the moment. And then I don't want to then be like, by the way, I'm not facing the camera. And then now have to fake a reaction because I've just ruined it. So I chose not to ruin it because obviously he's put in so much work. I don't want to be that mean person. So I had my back the entire proposal.
This was kind of, basically the guy told me, the videographer, is like, make sure you change sides. I don't know why. Maybe he put it on the wrong side.
I think he thought that I would be on the other side.
Maybe, I don't know.
So he's like, change sides.
So,
but he didn't even look at the camera. If you looked it up, you would be able to see the camera's right there.
I should have realised, but obviously I was stressed at the moment and all of that, you know.
Yeah. It's fine, but it's just funny for me because I'm like, the entire time I'm like, the camera's behind me, they're not seeing my reaction, And as soon as he finishes proposing to me, I'll turn around and look at the camera and I'm like, look, I'm engaged. And he's looking at me like, what? He has no idea all this time that I wasn't being filmed. But if you, like, we'll put the video in, but if you look at his, it's actually cute because you can see, like, Rajiban smile the entire time when he's, like, proposing to me, which is quite nice.
Yeah, so I read out a poem.
Because he's a poet, very romantic guy.
Yeah, like, I think I read it out and then I was like, obviously the standard stuff.
You know what? I actually have it at home. I should have brought it and then we could have read it out for the video.
Yeah, I think we should have. But I think on the video, can't you hear me really well?
I know, I think you can.
I don't know. Anyway, so I read out a poem and then obviously I asked her, will you marry me? And then she said yes. And then literally, like, you know, we just got excited, jumping around. And then the pilot took some photos of us.
Oh my God, tragic. Because he's so cute, bless him. But he took it on portrait mode. And really we're already this close. So basically, in the picture, all you see is my fingers. This. You don't even see the ring. It's just this and him smiling. And I'm like, what kind of photo is this? Like, we don't actually have proper photos because even though I said so many times to him I want an engagement photo shoot, he never organised one.
The thing is, the way I did it, obviously on a hot air balloon ride, it's so hard to get photos on there. So like this was the only way. Like you had to have a camera set up there and try and capture you, which obviously we messed up. Then the pilot said, the pilot said, obviously, he will take photos. And I thought, obviously, like, you know, they would have done this so many times, then he might be somewhat professional, but then that was crap as well.
I should have looked at the photo in hindsight.
Yeah,
we were just excited about the fact we got engaged, that we didn't do it.
Yeah, so anyways, after all of that, we carried on, and then he eventually dropped us off on some random field.
Yeah.
But then
Then we had champagne.
They gave us champagne and they actually drove us back
to the place.
To the place, and this was where her sister was actually waiting for a call, but she never called her.
You know what it is? She was pissed because I thought, right, she's gonna be the first person I see. So I don't need to ring her because she's there already. So I was like, at least then I can see her face to face.
So she was ringing everyone else like, oh my God, I'm engaged.
Well, I was pissed first because I tried to ring my mum and dad. They didn't pick up and I was thinking, are you mad? I've just got engaged and you're not picking up my call. What are you doing? I didn't even think, oh, it's because they're here. And normally I'm very switched on, but I was just so annoyed that I was like, why are these people not picking up? Their daughter has got engaged. What are they doing that is more important than picking up the phone
Clearly
call?
Driving up to Bath was more important.
Well, I gathered. And then I rang my best mate Shivani. She didn't pick up. And then I sent her a picture of the ring. And I think she went, oh my God, or something like that. Meanwhile, I don't know that she's also in Bath, right? All these people are in Bath. I had no idea. And then, my sister's obviously still talking about it to this day, how I rang my best mate and my parents before her. But it is what it is.
So yeah, like literally, so we got to the point where we were back, and like I was like, oh god, because like everything hadn't been set up yet, and it was meant to be set up by the time we had got back. So I was getting calls, like I kept calling my friends and everyone, and was like, what's going on? Like I called a sister, called Shivani, and I was like, well, guys, come on, like hurry up, kind of thing. And they were like, give us like half an hour or whatever, 40 minutes to prepare everything. So literally, like,
so we sat in the car.
So we were sitting in there
outside the hotel that we had stayed in. I think it was me and Akka. You had gone into the hotel.
No, it was just me and you. Babe.
Oh, me and you, Akka. Oh yeah, me and you in the car.
Yeah.
Akka and all my friends were in
together.
the hotel room that we were staying in. I don't know how I never saw them.
So they were all there. They actually, some of them came the night before, chilled, and then stayed over.
They?
Yeah.
Who?
Like Gabriel, Oscar and stuff.
I didn't know
Gabriel,
that.
Oscar, Robbie.
Oh, okay.
So basically, yeah. So they had woken up and gone to the park and started setting up everything, but obviously it wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of stall her. So I was like, babe, like, I'm so hungry. Can we get food?
Yeah.
And then we went and got like a sandwich and stuff, and we were just eating in the car. And I just somehow delayed her for like good 45 minutes.
I
And
did
then-
keep asking more about Akka, like she's gonna be
Yeah,
hungry, like we
yeah,
need to go and eat. And then Mariam was like, no, it's fine. I think you did get out of the car at one point and you were like, oh, Akka said she's getting ready. I'm just gonna go up. And I was like, why don't I go up? And you were like, no. I don't know how. I think I was just so content with the day at the point that I was just like, I'm not even gonna say anything.
So yeah, eventually I took her to the park, and then she saw everyone there. What was your reaction?
So he had said, right, we're going to go back to the park now to do a photo shoot, which, like I said earlier, was something I always said I wanted to do as soon as I get engaged. I want to do a photo shoot because to look back on those memories, right? And we walk into the park. What is actual
Why did you look at me?
Because you never organised one, did you?
Babe, I got
After
so many things.
6 to 8 months later, after being engaged, and we didn't have a shoot. But you know what it is? Because we were in lockdown so many times, we didn't get the chance to do a photo shoot. So I'm walking into the park, and he's like, yeah, we're doing the photo shoot. Photographer's walking behind us, and I'm like looking around, yeah, and then I see these like...
Basically, wait.
No,
they're going to get confused because they're going to be like, why is there a photographer?
Sorry, it's a video. The videographer
it's
that
a
had the thing.
videographer.
Yeah, it's a videographer.
So we didn't actually get anyone to take a photo.
So we didn't actually take... Yeah.
But the reason why was because...
But he was a videographer / photographer is what he told me.
That's what he told us, and he was like, even on through the videos, he can take 4K photos from... He can cut it out.
But he never sent us anything, so...
Yeah, so I was like, okay, fine, like that should be fine. Plus, we got all our friends there; they will take photos of us and stuff as well. So
anyway, so I'm walking through the park, I'm looking around, and then I'm like, well, obviously we're in Bath, which is predominantly a white area, and I'm like, who are these brown people like in this park? Like, right, there's like a bunch of brown people, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, and I literally turned around to him and I was like, who are these random brown people in the park? Like, that's so random, like in Bath. Getting closer to the people, and I'm like, I feel like I recognize these people. And then I deep it and I'm like, oh my God, that's like my mum and my dad. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I get closer and they're like, surprise. And then I'm like, oh, hugging all of them. And then like, I think I'm hugging like your sister or something, like the last person to be hugged. And then all of our friends come from a side of the building and they come running out surprised.
So it's like
and
a secondary surprise.
Yeah, and I like squatted to the floor because I was like, I was in so much shock. That I didn't cry the entire engagement because obviously I knew it was happening. But that point is where I thought, okay, I might cry because I was in so much of a state of shock. And then seeing my best friend, I was like, oh my God, like, mate, it was actually what, when like, okay, I knew I was getting proposed to, so I didn't think I was going to be surprised because I already knew what was happening. But that was a very big
you
surprise.
didn't know what's happening there.
But them coming was a big surprise because Bath is like 3 hours away. This is also happening at like 9 a.m. in the morning. So like people have left like really early.
They left like 4 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, like Shivani went to pick the cake up at like some ridiculous time. And like,
mad.
everyone pulled out the stops. It was like really nice.
Thank you guys, really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys, really appreciate it.
So that finished, and then after that we drove back. Well, she drove back.
Yeah, for 3 hours.
Good old Uber driver.
And then I sat there. Well, I had to give my phone to him, but I sat there ringing all the people that knew about him. So this is even a funnier bit of the story.
Yeah.
My parents, like growing up, they were always very, very strict parents. So when I told them about Rajiban, you know, having a boyfriend and stuff, it was all quite serious. You know, I was very scared to tell them because they're that kind of people. You know, my dad came downstairs with a notebook to find out information about Rajiban's parents, not even about Rajiban. That's a different story for another day. And yeah, so it was all like very, very serious. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody besides from my friends. So no family members knew besides from like really, really close cousins, like, you know, one cousin in Australia, one cousin in America, and one cousin in Canada, and that was pretty much it. And my nephew, who recently got married, actually, he's the only other family member that knew. So no one really knew. Yeah. So the day I got engaged, I'm like, crap, I need to now like...
So they literally
formulate
had no
a message.
And now she's just randomly engaged.
Yeah. But my sister did that as well. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to follow her lead, right? So we get back to my parents' house, and obviously all this decoration is there. It's really nice. And I'm like, right, to my parents, what am I supposed to say now? Like, what message do I formulate to send to my cousins and family members that don't know? So there's a family group chat on my mum's side. My dad's cousins, two cousins on my dad's side, they actually knew about Rajiban anyway, so that wasn't a surprise. But just sending them a message to say, oh, I got engaged. So it was just my mum's side that had no idea. So there's a massive family group chat. So I just sent it to my cousin, who's the admin.
Did you just send a picture in there or something?
I sent a picture.
Yeah, you just put a picture in that group.
I just put a picture. I'm not even in the group because I left it because it's so toxic. Yeah. So I sent it to my cousin, who's the admin of the group, and I said, he knew about Rajiban, so it was fine. Yeah. So I said, oh, hey, by the way, I've got engaged. Are you able to put it in the cousins group chat? He was like, yeah, I'll do that. So he literally just sent the picture and he said, oh, some great news. Vijita is engaged to her boyfriend. And everyone was just like, oh, congratulations. No one even said anything.
Said what?
No one said nothing.
Well, that's probably what they were thinking then.
No, but I think when they saw me, they were like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, then my mum did the same thing. She just sent a picture of me and Rajiban that we took on the park.
On the sisters' chat.
On her sister's chat. Yeah. And my dad's brother knew already that, like, basically my dad's side knew about Rajiban actually. Like, all of them knew. My Pelipa knew. So that was just saying we're engaged. It was my mum's side that was completely blindsided, not gonna lie. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. And yeah, so they were like really shocked. And then actually, off the basis of that, some of my mum's side cousins, I said, look, we're having a mini party today.
Do you want to come down?
Do you want to come down and meet my boyfriend / fiance?
Came, right?
Yeah, some of them came and I was like, yeah, this is my boyfriend of 3 years. And they're like, what? So that was really funny.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, no, it was a good little night after as well. So we had food, you know, Tamil food, good old like kotarodi and all that.
Yeah, my friends bought me a cake. So I cut a cake.
Friends bought her a cake. So we had like literally cut a cake twice, didn't it? Had some good alcohol. And yeah, literally like, I think it went on till like 2 a.m. or something. I don't know. I don't know. But we were so shattered because obviously like we woke up so early for that proposal as well. Yeah. So everyone was tired and like we kind of went home after. But
and then we went
to a really nice day.
Yeah, and then we went. Then did we have our engagement parties or did
we
go to lockdown? We had 3 engagement parties.
We had 3 engagement parties. I forgot about that. So I don't know what, I can't remember. No, we did one with friends. One with your friends.
One with my friends.
One with my friends.
One with his friends, which was much bigger. That was in a restaurant in Gansil.
And one with your friends in a restaurant somewhere in London.
In London.
Yeah, that was like a small one.
I think people couldn't come to certain things, and then I also decided to separate.
We did another engagement. Why did we do another one?
So we did the one in London. We did the one in Gansil.
Yeah. What else? Wasn't there
a third one? I think I'm counting the third one as on the day engagement party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably, so in total we had 3 engagement parties. Yeah. We rinsed that out to the edge.
Yeah, that was like
that was really good
time. Like we were like, oh my god, we're engaged for ages.
And then we went into lockdown for 6 weeks, and I couldn't see my own fiance. I'm not gonna lie, it was the driest engagement ever. Like, you know, like anticlimactic. And we got engaged, and then we weren't allowed to see each other. We were maintaining
before, so it's fine.
Yeah, but it was a bit sad as well because even like wedding planning and all that stuff, we didn't really get to do that much. We weren't spending a lot of time together.
So that's a whole different story about the wedding planning, all that. So let's leave that for another video. But
but that's all about the engagement.
Yeah. So yeah, hope you liked our story and hope you liked all the stupid things we got up to. And yeah, like, subscribe, and share the videos, and also turn the notification bell on so you can see our next videos. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching. Bye.